We are significantly late today, but we're still live. Hope y'all are doing great. The match has started, by the way. I am literally still trying to fix things, get stuff down, lineups down, stats down. Yeah. But I hope y'all are doing great in chat. Good opportunity here for Napoli. Hoyland in a good position. McTominay, he's down in the box, but I don't think that's a penalty. Como have defended well. I did say Como have good defense. They defended well against Juventus. I think we're actually good to go. We have this lineup now. We have the timer going. We have the stats going. We have the scoreboard going. I think we're Gucci. Good cross into the box from Napoli. It has been defended very well. Late stream, very late stream, but we are here now. All right. I think we have everything set. I think we do. Apart from my statistics, which I do not have, but I will get that up. Fortunately for me, nothing serious has happened in the game. So we are still on it. I think the stats should be up now. Yeah, it is up. We're in the first 3 minutes. I mean, the stats came up earlier than most games. Let me see if I can get that up for you guys. Yep, we are. We can. I actually wanted to debut a new outfit for the character, but we're too late to be doing that. We might do that in the second half. You know, there might be a change of characters in the second half. Sorry, a change of outfits in the second half, I mean. But for now, we're already late. We can't be doing that. That's secondary to why we're here. Let me get this on. This should be on. I'm literally still figuring things out on stream. All right. We're good. So, interesting match today. Napoli versus Como. I'm interested to see Rasmus play. Oh, good interception here for Como. Would cross into the box, but there's no one there. Good shots. First big chance of the game from Maxan Kakare from Napoli. Good interception from the number 7 here. Cross into the box. Not necessarily defended well. And Kakire with a good volley, but wasn't able to get enough on this. I am intrigued about this game because I think Napoli are good going forward. It's necessarily. Oh, bloody hell. Jesus. All right. Yeah, I think Napoli are good going forward, and Como are very solid defensively. So I am interested in seeing how this game goes. Both of them are on good form in terms of, games they've won so far. Napoli are on some good form, and so are Como. I actually have to make sure that everything on stream is good in terms of the information and all that. Okay. I think we are actually good. I think we're good to go. Oh, we might have an early injury here to a Napoli, not Napoli, a Como player, the guy that scored the header, the opening goal of the Juventus game. He seems to be down here. And his injury seems to be Seems to be something serious because he is still down. He is still down. Oh God, I'm not even reading chat. So what's going on, FGH? We're doing good. I think Kempf is going down. An unfortunate injury. By his own player, unfortunately. I think it was a Napoli were had a counter and Napoli had a counter and two Como players tried to go for the same ball. One player tripped over another, and I think Kempf didn't land as well as he would have wanted to land. And he's being taken off. And it's a very early substitution for Como. Kempf going off for Diego Carlos, former Aston Villa player. So that's some interesting information. Interesting things to know. Good to know. All right. I actually do want to change the thumbnail. This is not that's not the quality version. I have a more quality thumbnail to use, but I ain't got that now. I've got a less quality version now. Give me a second. Nothing going on in the match so far. I think they're still on the break from the unfortunate injury for the Como player. All right, we've got it. Como on the attack here. Loss of possession. Again, I'm interested in seeing Rasmus Højlund play. Apparently, he's been playing well in Napoli. So I am interested in seeing what the guy can do. The reason I'm late, FGH, is I was watching the Manchester United game and I thought there was going to be a goal. So I was waiting for the goal to, because I'm going to do a match reaction on that. So I was waiting to like get a goal and see if the match reaction was going to be, more interesting and all that. Because again, I can't do a match reaction for a match I haven't watched. So I was waiting on that and it was disappointing. I think it's an okay draw for Manchester United. At home to Nottingham Forest, Sean Dyche's first game at home. I think it's not the result some United fans might want to see because they were thinking they were going to win 5 in a row so that the guy can cut his hair. And also, actually, I think people are taking that a bit too seriously, especially Manchester United fans. The team comes first. Whatever that guy is doing is antics. He's just doing antics and social media banter, whatever he's doing. The team comes first. And I think this game, as disappointing as a draw would be, the way Manchester United played in that game, I think a draw is an accurate result. I think Nottingham Forest played well enough to get a draw, and I think Manchester United played, they did enough to get a draw. So I don't think it's a horrible result. Come on, the attacker. We are Napoli's home as well. So it'll be interesting to see how Napoli take this, because they don't seem to be handling possession a lot. Mm. Good tackle from Napoli. Lovely ball to David Neres. Højlund is in the box. Good pass. Good defending from Como. Diego Carlos. He was a good defender at Aston Villa, but here he is. I mean, I guess Como is not a bad place to be at the moment. They are cooking. Corner for Napoli. An opportunity for them to get something. Rasmus getting a bit of a talking to from the referee. I think there was a little bit of pushing and shoving in the box. Ball goes in. Interested to see Zambo and Geese as well today. I actually am interested to see what Zambo and Geese can do today. Because the goal he scored against Lecce was something. It was something for sure. Paz is gonna cook again. I mean, I would hope so. He's a player I've got my eyes on. He's definitely a player I've got my peepers on. Nico Paz. He is an exciting player for sure. I've got my eyes on him, and I think he's gonna be something special. He's got what 4 goals and 4 assists today this season. He's a baller. He's definitely a baller, Nico Paz. Como they've played well so far. I'll give them that. They've played well to keep Napoli quiet. But here's Politano. It wasn't Politano. It was Di Lorenzo, who was bobbing and weaving, got his way into the box, and scruffed his chances, scruffed his lines, some might say. If you've got any questions, any interesting questions you want to ask me, I enjoyed the questions in the last stream. The not Juventus, the AC Milan Roma game. Was it AC Milan versus Roma? I think it was. I might be mistaken here. I enjoyed the questions in that watch along. So keep the questions coming. I do enjoy those the questions. Y'all got some interesting questions. I do enjoy them. So keep the questions coming, and I will do my best to answer said questions. Literally, I'm trying to upload the new thumbnail, and it's telling me it's way bigger than what I want to upload. That's what she said. Anyways, let me just change this. All right, save that, and I think we'll be fine. Yeah. Ooh, Milinkovic Savic smacked the ball right on Morata's face. He took that straight to the face. Straight to the face, Alvaro Morata. Must hurt. Feels bad, Alvaro Morata. Como. It's been an end-to-end game. The first, 15, 20 minutes. Good ball into the box. Nico Paz, good position. Couldn't connect on the edge of the box. He couldn't connect well. David Neres on the counter attack. Couldn't really do much with it. Como on the left-hand side here. Trying to get something. Kakirade. Can he find a pass? Over to number 42 for Como. Don't know his name. Might figure it out as the game goes. Heavy first touch. And an early yellow card. An early first touch for the Como players. And an early yellow card for Matias Perón. Oh. I thought I was actually going to the... I thought I was going to the Napoli player. Oh, okay. It was a stamp on the foot for Matias Perón. It was a stamp on the foot. As much as he's gonna deny, it was a stamp on the foot for Matias Perón. It would be a massive win for Como if they can get it. It will be difficult, but I think it would be a massive win for Como if they can get their hands on it. It would be difficult, but if they can get their hands on it, it's gonna be a massive win for them. Arsenal clean sheet again? Yeah, I mean, I've said this before, or I've said this season. Not Napoli. Arsenal are going to be a tough task to come up against. No matter what team you are, and no matter what, form you have, Arsenal are gonna be a tough opponent to come up against this season, because I don't see any way to stop them. I really, really don't see how anyone is going to stop Arsenal this season. They look solid defensively. I think their defensive record, they have the best defensive record in Europe this season. Arsenal. Probably next to Real Madrid. Sorry, probably, first and Real Madrid second, because we've conceded, I think, 5 this season, Real Madrid. So Arsenal have the best, by a mile, they have the best defensive record this season, Arsenal. So I was saying this to someone today. When you're coming up against Arsenal, the only way you're going to do well against them is if you score first. If you score first against Arsenal, you probably have a better chance of, giving yourself hope longer in the game. Because if they score first, you are screwed. If Arsenal score first against you, you are in deep, deep trouble. Because if you open up against them, they're going to, score on you. Nico Paz, lovely ball to number 42. He looks electric on the ball, number 42. Referee doesn't call a foul. He's still on the ground, number 42. I wish I could, get his name right, so I don't just refer to him as a number. Let me get onto my statistics real quick. Oh, we don't have the sub counts today. We've been there for a bit. So number 42 for Como is Adai. Oh, what country is he from? Netherlands. Jaden Adai, 20 years of age. He looks electric on the ball. Cesc Fabregas is really, he has really drilled this team to being what they are this season. For really, to be very, frank with you, I've been very impressed with Como this season. Very, very impressed. And I'm starting to notice more and more players in the team that are, playing well, that's got potential to make it to the next level. I've literally just seen Jaden Adai. He looks like a very explosive player. I'm shocked I'm now seeing him. Nico Pass tries to... He's been a bit quiet today, but I wouldn't blame him. He's up against Zambo and Gisa and Gilmore in the midfield. So I don't really blame Nico Pass for not being able to... Second yellow card in the game. And it's against Napoli. The cards are flying out. And Gisa, kind of a dangerous swing on Alvaro Morata. Could have killed him, as Sir Alex Ferguson would say. He could have killed him. He really could have. Free kick for Como. Surely not. He's not going to shoot from this distance. Surely not. I don't think he's going to shoot. It's going to be a cross into the box. It would be Ronaldo-esque if Nico Paz was to shoot from this distance. But I don't think he's that ambitious. I think it's going to be a corner. He does shoot, actually. That's he put some power behind that Nico pass. It was a good shot. That probably wouldn't have gone anywhere, but it was a good shot. Good attempt. Corner for Como. Max and Kakere on the ball. Is he going to deliver a good corner into the box? Remember, Como scored against Juventus with a corner. Is he going to put one into the box? Good corner. Oof. Good corner. If someone connected on that, probably would have given Milinkovic Savic something to think about. One one compliment I have for Como is they're very, very composed. Especially when it comes to playing out from the back, they're very composed. And I've seen them play twice this season. They are very composed. And they play out from the back regardless of who they're up against. And regardless of the situation they find themselves in. And I've hardly seen them, make mistakes. Good passing out from the back again from Como. Lovely build up play, lovely flick. But it's a good interception as well. Nico pass. Ball in through behind. It's Alvaro Morata. It's a penalty. It's a penalty for Como. Vanja Milinkovic Savic takes Alvaro Morata down. He's a seasoned striker. He knows how to get those penalties. Lovely ball in behind from number 58 for Como. Morata knows he's not getting. He knows he's not getting there. But he knows all he needs is a touch. And Milinkovic Savic takes him down. Yeah. That's what an experienced striker does. You just get a touch on the ball and you leave the rest to momentum. You get a touch on the ball and you leave the rest to momentum. This is a big opportunity for Como. Big opportunity for Como to put themselves in front against league leaders, by the way. Napoli are league leaders. They are top of the table. A win for Como takes them to third with a game in hand. No, not with a game in hand. It takes them to third without entering AC Milan playing. Which we will be watching the Roma versus AC Milan game tomorrow. I think that's gonna be an interesting game. Milinkovic Savic, he has saved 3 of the last 5 penalties. Can he make it 4? Morata, not the best with penalties, Alvaro Morata, as we've seen in his international football, and it's a horrible penalty. Alvaro Morata, his atrocious penalty form continues. Wow. I probably would have saved that. That was a horrible penalty. Jesus. And it's a missed opportunity for Como. It's a missed. I mean, do you want Morata to be taking your penalties? That was a tame penalty. That was a very tame penalty. I probably would have saved that. That was a very tame penalty. Very tame. It's a missed opportunity for Como, and a disappointing one as well, because Napoli probably are gonna go up a gear. They've got the better players. I would want Nico Paz to be taking my penalties if I was Cesc Fabregas. Napoli in the box here, and it's McTominay straight at the goalkeeper. not McTominay. Morata has a whole. I mean, his penalties are not the best. Alvaro Morata's penalties. It's not something to write home about. Honestly speaking, his penalties are bad. We saw that in international football. We've seen that several times. He's a seasoned striker. He's got that experience, but I mean, Napoli are just allowing the Como goalkeeper to stroll out of his 18-yard box. That missed opportunity for Como might come back to haunt them. Kaylit Bain back with the good questions. What's your prediction for the game? Scoreline and first goal scorer. I mean, I probably prediction for the game. It's a difficult one to predict this because Como look good and Napoli. The funny thing is, this is exactly how Napoli played against Inter Milan. In the first half, Napoli looked like a team that couldn't find an opportunity to go forward and enter Inter Milan's final third. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, after the Kevin De Bruyne penalty, Napoli just switched on, and they still were. The funny thing is, Napoli were still not in possession of the ball, but they found a way to go to town on Inter Milan. So I want to say Como might be able to get something in this game, but I think Napoli have shown that they've got that quality to beat you even if they're not playing well. And I think Napoli are at home as well. I'm gonna go with a Napoli win because I think that penalty miss from Morata might come back to haunt Como. So I'm gonna go with a Napoli win. But I wouldn't mind a Como win. An underdog. I wouldn't want Napoli to run away with the league. It makes the other watch-alongs more interesting. So my prediction is a Napoli win. First goal scorer, Rasmus Højlund. I think you can see he's slowly probing in the Como box, and I think he's gonna get that first goal. That's my prediction. That's what I've got. But again, I'm very very impressed with how Como are approaching this game. But yeah, keep the questions coming. Appreciate the support. The questions have been very good. I mean, Kaylee Bain. I don't know where you get your questions from, but you've got some good questions on you. FGH as well. He tries. It's a competition between FGH and Kaylee Bain. We like ourselves a good competition here. FGH with a good question again. Which player do you think would make the biggest impact? I mean, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. But I should be able to give you an answer because I have watched these teams play this season. I think Nico Paz for Como, he is their best player, Nico Paz. So I think obviously for Como, it would be Nico Paz. For Napoli, that's where we've got a little bit of competition in terms of who's their best player. Because Zambo and Gisa has been cooking. McTominay is good. Rasmus Højlund is good. I think Billy Gilmore, if he switches on, he can be good. I think I'm going to go Zambo and Gisa. Based on what I've seen and based on how he played against Inter Milan, I think my two players that are going to make the biggest impact in their teams are Nico Paz for Como and Zambo and Gisa for Napoli. But if I was going to say who's going to make the biggest impact overall, I'll probably go Zambo and Gisa because I've already predicted a Napoli win. So it's going to have to be Big man and Giza. Into oh wow, good shots from McTominay. Forced the save from the Napoli goalkeeper. Keep the questions coming. I love the conversation. Como on the attack here. Como on the attack, not Como. Left hand side, number 58. He's in the 18-yard box. Right in front of the referee. He's not taking that. Right in front of the referee. He's not taking that penalty. He goes down in the box, but it's you know. Como have created some pretty decent chances. I will say that. Corner for not corner. Free kick for Napoli. McTominay with a foul. It was a good shot for McTominay actually. If he got a little bit of curve on it, he probably would have beat the goalkeeper. Horrible free kick attempt from Kakere. I think he was trying to put the ball into the box and he skied it. Number 42. Another player I've got my eye on. Number 42 for Como. I think he could be good. FGH, what's one thing you always do before a big match? Any superstitions? I don't know. I'm not a big superstitions guy in terms of football matches, like, having something like a lucky socks, like doing something before a big game that I've done before that made us win the game. I don't think I've really, maybe I haven't noticed that. There's something I probably do before a big game where, my team plays and we win the game, but I haven't really noticed that. So I don't think I can give you an answer in terms of any superstitions. But anything, what I like to do before a big match is to calm myself because, if it's a big match, you're obviously going to be anxious, not nervous. I don't really get nervous when Real Madrid are playing because we are Real Madrid. I am thinking we are going to try and win the game. But what I normally do before a big game is just try and convince myself, okay, if we win this game, this, and that. Like I try and talk myself like I'm giving a team talk. I give myself a team talk before a big game because I'm like, okay, if we lose, this and this is gonna happen. If we win, we're gonna move here, we're gonna get this, is gonna. So I basically just give myself a pep talk before a big game because I know anxious, especially if you're coming up against a really good team. You know, stuff does get anxious. A lot of injuries going on. A lot of injuries going on. I think Billy Gilmore is injured as well here. Two injuries for both teams in the first half. Como in the first 5 minutes of the game, and Napoli now. Billy Gilmore having to go off. Yeah, he's having to go off here. It's a substitution for Napoli. Uh, A lot of time being wasted on the walk all the way to him getting subbed off. But he is finally made it there. Billy Gilmore. For who's coming on for him? Elmas. Okay. Elmas is also a good player. Haven't really seen much of him. So I can't really give you my analysis on what Elmas can bring to this game, but hopefully he brings something interesting. That's why why he's being brought on. Again, keep the questions coming. I appreciate the conversation. It is a watch along, but we are a community. As small as we are, as small as we may be, we are a community. FGH again. If you weren't watching football tonight, what would you be doing instead? Wow, good question. I'd probably be playing video games. Or be getting if I wasn't watching this match tonight, I'd probably be doing the match reaction for the Manchester United Nottingham Forest game. And probably be watching the Tottenham Hotspur game as well. So if I wasn't watching this match, I'd probably be watching another match. It's a yellow card again for Como. I mean, tackles flying hard. The referee. This yellow card was so funny. The referee literally ran in front of the player, gave him the yellow card, and nodded. He was like, "Yeah, you know what you did. Bad tackle." And he had to make the tackle because Rasmus was going. Rasmus was taking off. He had to make the tackle. I mean, oof. That was a big push on David Neres from Diego Carlos. Yellow card again from Antonio Conte. The referee is card happy today. He's dishing out yellow cards. A lot of them too. We've got like 4 yellow cards in this game so far. 4 yellow cards. That's crazy. David Neres. Can he cook something? Oh, it's a nutmeg. Goes past 1. Goes past 2. It's a goal kick for Napoli. For Como, sorry. Caleb Bain, do you think the referee is being too lenient or too strict? Oh my goodness. Player boots. Player is out of his boots. The referee doesn't care. The referee is not stopping the game for a player who has lost his boots. Nico pass. Yeah, to answer your question, Caleb Bain, I think the referee is as strict as can be. I think the referee is being as strict as he can be. A player literally lost his boots and he couldn't care any less. Number 58. I need to know their names. I can't keep calling them by their numbers. I think the referee is a strict one. He's a strict one. 5 minutes to the end of the first half of normal time. As we look at Como getting this free kick opportunity, let's have a look at the statistics. Now, Como, believe it or not, have the better possession, the better XG, the better total shots, the better pass accuracy and pass completed. But keep in mind, this is what happened in the Napoli versus Inter game. Inter had all the possession, all the numbers, all the XG. And at the end of the day, Napoli came out on top. Convincingly. So, numbers don't always win you games. The only numbers that matter are the numbers on the scoreboard. And Gisa, lovely pass to number 20. Beautiful, tries to find Politano. I think the pass was under hit. It's Elmas, number 20. Anguissa again. His passing range is very good. Lovely ball to David Neres. Højlund is in the box. Can he find him, David Neres? McTominay. Oh, Højlund was calling for the pass. He was calling for the pass. Spinazzola tries to get another ball into the box, but he doesn't. Como are defending well. I'll be real with you. Como are defending very well. I think Napoli have had some good opportunities on the counter, and Como have done well to defend against them. Good ball into the box from Neres. Doesn't get there. Politano goes for the volley, and he cannot connect. He cannot connect. Zambo Anguissa, right hand side, lovely turn from Anguissa. Too much on that cross. He does everything well, Anguissa. But the cross had too much on it. Too much on it. FGH with my goodness. Oh, I love this. I love this community. I love this small little community we have built on this channel. FGH with the hard-hitting questions, the question on everyone's mind. FGH has asked the question on everyone's mind. Team Conrad or Team Jeremiah? Oh my goodness. I know what he's talking about though. The Summer I Turned Pretty. The series. Team Conrad or Team Jeremiah? Team none, to be honest. I didn't like any of them. To be real with you, I really didn't like any of them as the series went. As the series went on, it was just it felt like a toxic relationship from both parties. You know, Conrad was being just Conrad. Jeremiah was. It was so weird. It was a weird series. I didn't watch everything. I have a cousin that watches it, and she just basically explains what happens in the stuff. So I didn't really watch. I haven't watched everything, but I kind of have a rundown of what went on in the series. But yeah, I don't have a team I'm supporting. Good shot from Napoli. Elmas trying to make an impact. But yeah, to answer your question, FGH, I don't have anyone I support. I think both of them were just being jackasses. If I had to support any of them, I'd probably go. I mean, I don't want to say Conrad, but Conrad was a bitch. To be honest, excuse my French. I think Conrad was a bitch. Diao for Como, speculative shot. If that was on target, it's probably it gives Savage something to save. But yeah, FGH, to answer your question, if I had to pick, I don't have anyone I support in terms of Conrad or Jeremiah. But if I had to pick, I'd probably say Conrad. Although he was a B word. I would say Conrad. Nico Paz, lovely ball. Back to Morata. He's trying to cook something here. Diao. On the left hand side, I haven't seen much from Diao today. Granted, this is my first time watching him, but he does seem to be decent on the ball. Him and number 42 for Como, which again, I said I was going to try and get their names, so I said I don't call them by numbers. Adai. Him and Adai. So Diao and Adai for Como look to be explosive wingers. Here's Adai on the right-hand side. Lovely pass to Kakere in the box. Nico pass. Can you find the shots? He can, but it's a block from McTominay. Como are pushing. I've been impressed with Como. Oof. Good attempt from Nico pass, but he gets a little bit too much on it. Just a tad bit too much. Nico pass. His teammates are motivating him. They're telling him to try that a lot more. A few minutes to the end of the first half here. We got a little bit of added time. 4 minutes of added time. So we've got like 2 more minutes to go. Headed down. Neres can't get there. Oh, Adai. He's in the box. Number 42, Adai. He's still in it. Finds a pass. Kakere, can he find someone? He can't. Adai's still on it, but I think he's offside. He should be. He's not offside. Okay. Como's still on it. A minute of extra time to go. Of added time, I mean. Como's still probing. Lovely nutmeg from Nico Pass. Kakere. Diao tries to find Morata in the box here. Still haven't seen much from Morata. Rasmus Højlund. If he got that ball, if Rasmus Højlund got that ball, it would have been something. It really would have been something. And I think that's gonna be the first half gone. We're in the 49 minutes, and that is the first half gone. Decent first half from Como. I'll say that. It's a decent first half. But they do need to be careful because this is the problem Napoli had. Not Napoli. This is the problem Inter Milan had in the game against Napoli. They played well. Inter Milan were the better team. If you have a look at the stats, Inter Milan were the better team. But at the end of the match, it was Napoli that walked away with a convincing 3 points. I haven't even checked what's going on in the Spurs versus Chelsea game. I think that's another interesting game. Still 0-0. Still 0-0 in that match. Brighton 3-0. Crystal Palace. Oh, Crystal Palace. I have Mateta in my team. FPL. Ooh. Getting some points from Mateta. Who gave him the assist? Oh, Lerma. Thought it was going to be Munoz. So, analysis of the first half. I think, as I said, Como have been the better team, having a look at the statistics here. Como have been the better team. They're leading in everything. Possession, XG, total shots, big chances, accurate passes, passes completed, they're leading on everything, basically. But, as I said, this was the problem Inter Milan had when they came up against Napoli. They were leading in everything, and they weren't able to take advantage of the fact that they were leading in everything. And at the end of the match, as we saw, Napoli convincingly beat Inter Milan. They were so good that when Napoli were leading 2-1, Inter Milan, I mean. Inter Milan were so good in that game that when Napoli were leading 2-1, I was saying that Inter Milan were going to get an equalizer. That's how good. That's how good Napoli. That's how good Inter Milan were playing in that game. But for some weird reason, Napoli were the better. They did get it. As I said, the only number that matters is the number on the scoreboard. You can be leading in XG, in stat, in possession, in everything. But at the end of the match, the score line is the only thing that matters. That is the only thing that matters. But as I have been impressed with Napoli, not Napoli. I have been impressed with Como from the Juventus game, and today I have been very impressed with Como, and I want to see more of this. Definitely want to see more of this. What I think is a problem with Wolves, I don't know. Honestly, I don't. They haven't won a game this season. Wolverhampton Wanderers. They haven't won a game this season. It's concerning, but they literally have given their reason. They've given their manager a new contract, like a contract extension. They have given their manager a contract extension, so I don't think they're planning on sacking the manager anytime soon. But I mean, it gets to a point. The losses get to a point. They have lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They've lost 5 games in a row. That's crazy. That is crazy. They haven't won a game this season in any competition. Okay, they won in the Carabao Cup against West Ham, and then in the Carabao Cup against Everton. But it's still not enough. Then they lost in the Carabao Cup against. They did lose in the Carabao Cup, didn't they? Am I getting my bearings wrong? Yeah, they lost in the Carabao Cup against Chelsea. So now they're out of the Carabao Cup. They're potentially on the road to relegation. It gets to a point, man. It does. It gets to a point where you kind of have to look at the manager and say, hey, you know what? We probably don't want to sack you, but we also probably don't want to go to relegation. So I think it gets to that point where you probably have to do something about it. But I don't know. I don't know if the manager is going to do, not manager. I don't know if the owner is going to do something about it. But I think there should be something done. I don't know what the problem is. I really don't, because Wolverhampton, I mean, it could be the fact that they've sold a lot of their good players. I mean, Ait Nouri is gone. Mateus Cunha was very, very important for Wolves. He's gone, A lot of key players for Wolves are gone, sorry. A lot of key players for Wolves are gone. And it could be that, they're just that type of team that when they lose, they haven't really bought anyone this season, Wolverhampton Wanderers. So you're looking at it and thinking they've lost their best players. They haven't really got anyone else this season. And, how are they going to build on that? Because you need players. You need players to perform. You need players to get you results. And if you're not getting that, so you need quality. You don't just need you need quality players. And if you're not getting that, you're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. So I don't really know. I don't really know what the main issue is with Wolverhampton Wanderers. I don't know if I haven't watched the Wolverhampton. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't even watched the Wolverhampton Wanderers game, so I don't even think I can. I don't think it would be fair to say it's the manager's fault. I really don't think so, because I haven't watched a Wolves game this season. So to say it's the manager's fault, I think it might be unfair. To be very honest, I think it might be unfair to say it's the manager's fault. Who's your ultimate clutch player? Um, do you mean in Real Madrid or in general? Like, who do I think is the most clutch player out there? This, in football at the moment. Ooh, that's. I want to say Bellingham because Bellingham is a big game player. Every big game, Bellingham is up there, producing, scoring a goal, or getting an assist, or playing very well. I've noticed that with Jude Bellingham. So it's difficult. Over the past few years, you'd probably say Rodrigo. You probably would. But I don't know. Maguire definitely falls in that category of clutch player because he has produced some clutch moments for Manchester United. Rodri used to be a clutch player before he got his injury as well. Good shout. I don't know. At the moment, I don't think there's much. I don't think there's so many clutch players in football. It's a dying art. It is a dying art. Clutch. Being a clutch player is a dying art. There's not a lot of it in football. There really isn't. Um, Still no at the Tottenham Chelsea game. Real Madrid play a match today as well. A lot of matches. Madrid versus Valencia is today. Would you make changes at halftime for both teams? I don't think so. To be honest, I think both teams have played well. I really do think so. I think both teams have been good. Como have been good. I'll probably say maybe change Morata, but I think Morata is still a good striker. Despite the horrendous penalty he missed, Morata is still a good striker for me. So I think it would be too early to make any changes for both teams because I haven't seen a player be stand out bad to the point where I think a substitution needs to come in. It's been an interesting game to watch. um, Appreciate the support so far. FGH Caleb Bain, your questions have been stunning. A real head scratcher. Your questions have been. And as I say that, FGH drops another good one. Think Liverpool would win today. Up against Aston Villa. Aston Villa are also on good form. And Liverpool aren't. But it is at Anfield. It is at Anfield. I would think Slot would not want to lose at Anfield. So, especially seeing the way he basically threw the Carabao Cup game. I don't think he'd want to lose this game at Anfield because I think if he does, people have said sack Arnie Slots, but I don't think he's gonna get sacked. I mean, obviously, as I said with the Wolves manager, it gets to a point, and I think when it does get to that point where Arnie Slots has lost maybe 6, 7, 8 games in a row, that's when you look at it and be like, you know what? You've won the league for us, but we're a Liverpool Football Club. We're not supposed to be in this position. And I think that's where he's going to get dropped. So definitely Arnie Slot. He has bought himself some time by winning the Premier League. That's for sure. He has bought himself some time by winning the Premier League. But he needs to start winning other games in this league this season before he can fully get that, get back that support that he lost. Because most people, I mean, I'm part of the most people. I was part of people that said he didn't win La Liga, not La Liga. I just saw La Liga adverts. I was thinking La Liga. But he's one of those people that came to the Premier League and thought it was, just going to be simple. And most people have said he wasn't the one that won Liverpool's league title. It was basically Jurgen Klopp because the team was built by Klopp, and Slots just came over and took over and just gave them the instructions and all of that. But I think people are just not giving him credit because now he's doing badly. It's difficult to go into an already established system and impose yourself as a leader, as a manager, as someone that the players needs to listen to. It's very difficult to do that. So I will give Arnie Slot props on that. We're about to begin the second half here. Substitution again? We've had 2 subs in the first half. I don't know if we're going to have another sub. I see a player warming up, but I don't know if we're going to have another sub in this game. But yeah, as I was saying, Slot has bought himself some time and some favor with the Liverpool job by winning that Champions League, but by winning that Premier League, because if he didn't, probably wouldn't be in a job right now. We're about to begin the second half. Antonio Conte walking out focused in this game. Number 37 for number. I literally just glanced away and it's gone. Spinazzola has been taken off for Gutierrez. Oh, Girona Gutierrez. Oh, that's an interesting player. I didn't know he was in Napoli. That's a good player for Napoli to get. So good left back. Real Madrid were looking at him. Or I think he was a Real Madrid player. One of the two. We're about to begin the second half very soon. Referee trying to tell the players not to cross the line yet. They are eager. This referee, this referee tells them to retake the kickoff. Almost messed up my timer here. All right. I wish I could stand. I can't stand up. Chelsea 1-0 up. Chelsea are 1-0 up. Joao Pedro. As soon as I sell Joao Pedro for my FPL team, he scores a goal. My goodness. FPL, huh? I sell Joao Pedro like two transfer windows ago, and I buy Delete today. Delete concedes 2 goals, and the Joao Pedro I sold scores 1. Football, eh? It's an interesting sport. I want to stand up actually. I want to sit down and watch this. I wish I had a standing desk. It'd be more interesting. I might actually just stand up. Actually, we'll do that. Napoli almost getting in behind. Napoli probing ever so slightly. Probing good shots from Elmas. No, it wasn't El Gutierrez. Looking to make an instant impact on the field, Gutierrez. I'm actually gonna stand up because my my back is actually starting to hurt. Good shots from Gutierrez. Ambitious shots. Another question from FGH. If you had to give a TED talk on any topic, not football, what would it be? Ooh. There's a dicey one. Um Relationships, maybe? I don't know what other topics I have major interest in that I probably will be able to give a TED talk on. Lovely flick from Rasmus to McTominay. McTominay doesn't get it. I don't know, probably human behavior, but not in the like not in the I have a degree type of way. I'm not gonna discuss it like I have a degree. I'm gonna discuss it just human behavior and some stuff that they do and stuff that they don't do. So probably that because I've had a lot of experiences with some weird behaviors, you know, some weird human behaviors. So probably that. Not as interesting as football, probably, but also an interesting topic. Mm. A die has been brought onto the floor by Gutierrez. Como trying to string a couple of passes together to get into that Napoli defense. I have to get my stats up. Literally can't see. I have to angle my monitor because I don't own a standing desk. So I'm literally standing to be able to see chats and stats. Chats and stats. I need to angle my monitor up to my eyeballs to see. Napoli trying to go forward a little bit. As I said, Napoli a bit, not Napoli, Como. Good opportunity. Number 38 in the box. He's a bit of a undecisive player. Diao. Nico Pass. I would think that's a yellow card for Nico Pass. I would think so. Spurs back to the usual. I mean, I don't know what happened with Spurs, and this has been happening over the past few seasons for Spurs. When Ange came in the first season or the first time, there was a occasion where Spurs were top of the table for like a long time to like Christmas or something. And then they dropped off. And it looks like it's happening again with Thomas Frank. Como here on the attack. Lovely ball to Diao. Takes it down. Can he find a pass? He can. So it's a bit far though. They are gonna try and build. Jesus Christ, my keys are just jangling in my pocket. Let's take them out. Como, right hand side of the field, gives the ball to Diao. He thought someone was there. Diao flicked it behind him, and there was no one there to meet it. Literally, I didn't remember Real Madrid have a game today. Chelsea Tottenham would be interesting. Lovely flick from Nico Pass to find Alvaro Morata. It's a horrible pass. I think first sub for Como would probably be Alvaro Morata, but the question is there someone on the bench to replace Alvaro Morata? Because he's not playing well. Politano, right hand side for Napoli. Can he find something? Anguissa, back to Politano. Politano loses the ball. A die from Nico Pass. The referee. The first half actually for Chelsea versus Tottenham. Tottenham versus Chelsea. A London derby. Diao on the left hand side for Como. They do use his side a lot. I would like to see a die on the ball a lot more. Here he is, a die. Right hand side. I feel like he's more electric than Diao. Tries to make things happen. Maxime Kakare finds a die in a good position. Nico Pass tries to find a pass in a good position, but it's a little bit under hit. Diao over to Kakere. He's gone past two. Nico Paz in a great position. Kakere tries to win the ball and to foul towards for Napoli on Rasmus Højlund. Early stages of the game. Another yellow card, as I said earlier. This referee is a bit trigger happy with the yellow cards. Ball over the top, straight to the Como goalkeeper. Again, Napoli haven't created as many good chances. We're sitting down now. Napoli haven't created as many good chances, but the reason I'm not writing them off is we saw what they did against Inter. Didn't play well, found a way to win the game. Dominic shooting from a weird angle. Not gonna get it from there though. Napoli. Oh, it's Como here actually, not Napoli. Como, lovely ball to Adai. I said I wanted to see him more on the ball. He's good on the ball, Adai. Adai, he's good on the ball. I'll tell you that for free. Adai is good on the ball. He's a silky eel on the ball. Slippery eel. Very slippery. Adai. He's got that. He's got that technical plus. He'll build it out from the back. Como. I really am interested, Como, and how they build out from the back. Como trying to clear the ball. They don't do that. Politano forces a save from the goalkeeper. We need a goal here. We need a goal in this game to spice things up. Como, Nico pass. Trying to find something. Can he find a pass? He finds a die. Diao. Can he cook something like his fellow right winger a die? Kakire tries to find Nico pass, but Elmas is quick to read it. A bad tackle from on the Como player. Actually, a substitute that just came on. Good shots from the Napoli player. Forced to save from the keeper. Wasn't enough to. Not seeing much from both teams. Not seeing much to indicate anything. Napoli. Edge of the box here. Politano. Can you find something? He goes for the shots. Deflected and straight into the goalkeeper's gloves. What's going on in the Chelsea game? Still 1-0. Are Barcelona playing today? They play tomorrow. Bit of a stale game so far. No action really happening. The only action that is happening in this game is just the trees, the forest, and the hair. It's not from the back again. Como, very composed in that. Ball being moved around slowly but surely. If Alonso fails, what's next? Wow. FGH with another good question. If Alonso fails, it would be interesting to see what we do going forward because if it's a matter of what a player system, we don't really have a lot of managers that want to do that or that can outsmart their managers, their opposing managers tactically. Nico Paz, lovely ball to Morata. He's always laying the ball off Alvaro Morata. Always. Always not doing enough, Morata. The first person that's up. Como again. Napoli. Not Napoli. Jakeling. Pass. Ball into the box for Napoli. It's a corner, I think. Ball into the box for Napoli. And I think the corner for Como. Can they do something? 30 minutes to go. I mean, time has gone by. Half an hour to go. Ball comes in from Como. It's a same header. Ball being passed around again. Napoli. I don't know who's gonna get something from this game because it's going to be a little bit of a stalemate, which does get boring sometimes. Anguissa can find a lot of people. Como defending well. Lovely 1-2 between Neres and Hoyland. But Neres can't get it back. Neres. Ball into the box from Lorenzo. I think it took a deflection. Yeah, he wasn't offside. Napoli. Give me a second, actually. I want to check something. Give me a second. Wait, let's get this corner out the way. Corner for Napoli. Ball into the box. Good header out. All right, let me go check something real quick. We're back. We are back. And this, okay. I go check something real quick. Napoli. Anguissa tried to win the ball. He's a relentless player, Anguissa. Very relentless. If he's hounding you down, Politano, can he put a cross into the box for Rasmus? He can, but Rasmus is not getting there. Too high for him. But Neres, he's got another chance to put it in. Elmas, Neres on the left hand side. He can't get there. Number 7 for Como almost does, and it's a foul. Referee blows the whistle. What's going on in the Chelsea game? I think it was halftime last we checked. Yeah, it's still halftime. FJH, are you saying most underrated manager, or you're asking? Are you asking who's the most underrated manager? Lovely spin from a die, but he can't. He doesn't get a foul. Doesn't get a foul, and Ramani is telling him to get up. Who do I think is the most underrated manager? I'll probably say Arteta. I think Arteta is the most underrated manager so far. And Gisa, Politano almost gets there. He's not. Again, very impressed with Como's defense. That's a foul. Kakere, Politano, that. But as I was saying, I think the most underrated manager is Mikel Arteta. Lovely flick on from Diao to find Kakere. And Politano, I think, had to make that tackle because if he didn't, Kakere was running through. But people keep forgetting this is his first major job. This is his first big job. And for him to have taken Arsenal to where they are this season, in a position where they are miles ahead of everyone, doing well in the Champions League. They have a collection of very good players. His recruitment, his player development, lovely flick from Diao to find Nico Paz. Diao and Adai, the two wingers for Como. Lovely ball from Diao again to find Morata. Morata is not there. But yeah, as I was saying, I think Arteta, what he has done for Arsenal is so overrated. I think the stream is lagging a little bit. Give me a second here. I think we're good. I don't know why you're telling me this is not responding. I think we're still good, right? Let me just confirm that real quick. Yeah, we're still good. We're still live. Yeah, so underrated manager for me, most underrated manager for me is Arteta. I think he deserves to be in that conversation of best managers in the world. Because I think he's up there. His player recruitment, his player scouting, his player development, his actual playing style, finding holes in teams and all of that. It's very, 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 very difficult. Very, 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 very difficult here. Napoli. Oh, Politano. He has floored the Como player with his stepovers. Literally made the Como player eat some grass. Rasmus Højlund tries to go for the spectacular. And it wasn't Rasmus Højlund. It was McTominay. McTominay tries to go for the spectacular. Good control. Tries to, oof, he doesn't get the connection on the volley well. Don't give these players these chances at Napoli because they might make you regret it. They might make you regret it. Passing out from the back again. Como. Beautiful ball from Morata. Or is that from Morata? Is there no other striker that can come on for Morata? Because I don't like what I'm seeing. Let's have a look at the statistics as we approach the 70th minute here. Como still in control. Still in control of the stats. 1.03. This might end up being a 0-0. Because both teams are good defensively. Changes for Como. Cunha is coming on. Da Cunha. Not Mateus Cunha at Manchester United. Da Cunha is coming on for Como. What can he bring to the team? Kakere is being taken off. I would say who was their best player. Maxime Kakere. I'd say it was up there with Nico Paz in terms of who wasn't playing well this season. So to see him coming off, it's a bit of a weird one. Da Cunha is onto the field. Ball being moved around carefully. Keep the questions coming in. Appreciate all the questions. It's been very interesting. Como on the attack here. Is that Morata? It's not Morata. Garnacho has been subbed off at halftime. Bayern Munich will go into town on Leverkusen. I said this before, and I think I said this on this stream again. Bayern versus Arsenal might be the decider of the Champions League. And I genuinely do think that. Neres is off for Noah Lang. Como, 70 minutes. Less than 20 to go. Can any of the teams get something special? It's a free kick in a far away position. Good dink into the box. Can find someone. That penalty missed by Morata might come back to haunt Como here. Especially if they concede in the last few minutes. But as I said, a cave is ball out from Como. The one time I've actually seen the goalkeeper kick it long. Yeah, but as I was saying, the Arsenal Bayern game, winner of that game, I think, might decide how the Champions League is going to play out. Luckily for them, they're meeting in the league phases, so at least they don't have to knock each other out. But if Arsenal and Bayern go far, they might have to. Who is number 7 for Como? I keep seeing him, but I don't know who he is. Could be some absolute baller. Is it 37? No, 7 is new. Is Neres. A die does well to bob and weave against him. Tries to claim innocence, taking him down, doesn't get that call. McTominay and a die fighting. $15 minutes, quarter of an hour to go. No real threats this game. No real threats that is taking me off my seat. Where I could have said, you know what, it was a good, attempt. But none of that sort. Going for Napoli. Let me get some water, actually. Napoli on the attack here. Rasmus Højlund. Lovely. Does well. Did well to keep the ball. Noah Lang. 18-yard box. And Gisa. And Gisa's been good for Napoli. Politano. They can find a way through that Como defense. It's difficult, see? Of the ball, Napoli in the box, but again, that Como defense That's Como defensive line. It's a tough one, that. Match reactions, yes, I would do the I would do the match reactions for the Manchester United game and then the Tottenham Chelsea game. So I'll do a combined match reactions for both games, which I should check how the Tottenham Chelsea game is going. It's still 1-0. I heard Garnacho has been taken off at halftime. Well, Garnacho is still on the field. Okay, that was taken off. The clock is ticking here in this game. Would Napoli be happy with a draw? I think based on what we've seen, I think both teams would be happy with a draw. Obviously, they'd like to win, but I think based on what we've seen, both teams would be happy with a draw. They've both come into this game, especially Como, with a game plan. You know, coming back to a boss with a wounded Manticore is so weird. Noah Lang, not Noah Lang, Politano, Di Lorenzo. He is quick, keeps the ball, Di Lorenzo. He still got it. I can't keep it for long. A die. Not a die. Diao. He's still with it, Diao. Are there options up top? Diao goes down. Referee doesn't call it. As we approach the 80th minute, my man of the match so far for Napoli, I would say it's Zambo Anguissa. He has looked the better player. For Como, I would have said Kakare, but Kakare is being taken off now. I think Diao and Adai have slowly grown into the game. I think they've been the catalyst or the ones that have created better chances. Here is Zambo and Gisa. Politano. Can you find someone in the box? He can. Lovely cross. Good header. Straightforward save from the Como goalkeeper. First real chance for Napoli to get something in behind. And it's Rasmus who's leaping to see if that goes in. Good save. Adai, twisting and turning, trying to find an opening on the right-hand side. Adai. Lovely ball into the box. Trying to find Gutierrez. He's unfortunately unlucky to find Gutierrez. Napoli trying to start from the back. 10 minutes to go of normal time. Of normal time. $10 to go. Is this going to be a 0-0? If it is going to be a 0-0, it has been an interesting 0-0. Hasn't been the most boring 0-0. Hasn't been the most interesting. This has been in between both of them. Atletico Madrid won today. 3-0. Madrid Valencia is at a weird time. 8 o'clock p.m. at my side. Going to be 8 p.m. I'll try and do my match reaction before that video comes out. Because I need to watch the match and see. As I said, I wanted that Barcelona El Clasico to be a building block. That El Clasico has to be a building block to the rest of the season. We need to keep seeing that performance in that El Clasico every single game, the passion, the hunger, every single game. Because every single game is important. More changes for Como here. I think this is the last two subs they can make And the Kane. Duvikas coming on for Morata. I think this change should have been made a lot earlier. A lot earlier. Adai has been taken off. Ooh, that's an interesting one. Adai has been taken off. I mean, I guess they haven't used Adai side a lot more. So maybe it's a change to bring someone who can add to a position so that they don't have to use Adai side. I think Adai has been electric on the ball, but he hasn't had a lot of opportunities on the ball. Komor out of their subs with 9 minutes to go. Ball over the top. Como taking their time. Can't find that pass. Napoli, can they get something? It would be so typical if Napoli can force something in this game. Gutierrez tries to make the pass and slips. Como. Nico Paz here. Diao. Gutierrez. Diao. Can he take on the players? Cannot. Pass. The ball to 23. Ball is just being pinged around. Nothing really much to say. Adai. Can you get something? Good block from Ngisa. I'll tell Ngisa is man of the match in general. Gutierrez. He's good on the ball, Gutierrez. Diao. Ball into the box. Doesn't find anyone. I think that Duvika sub might be good for Como in terms of he might be a better striker. I don't know. I haven't watched Duvika's play this season. Six minutes of normal time to go here. Are we going to get our second 0-0 draw of the stream watch-alongs? Or are we going to get that? It's looking like it. Because I want to see how both teams crack each other down. But Napoli still pushing. Politano. He's floored him once, he can floor him again. Good tackle. Lovely ball to Rasmus. Uvikas. Nico Paz. Just passing the ball around. 5 minutes of normal time. I'm sure there's going to be a chunky added time because they wasted some time when it came to even treatments and all of that. Diao. Gutierrez. Back to Diao again. Diego Carlos. No team has really looked that dangerous. I mean, let's have a look at the stats one more time before the game comes to an end here. As you can see, my stats are not showing. Come on, a good position. Can't get that. Cannot get that. The stats have not been shown for only God knows how long now. This referee is strict. He is strict. Now, stats. Como are leading in the important stat. possession, XG, total shots, passes completed, stuff like that. Napoli making a change. Hoyland Napolitano coming off for Luca. And Lobotka. With 4 minutes of normal time to go, Luca Lobotka coming onto the field. Ball being moved around. Sorry, I'm just quiet because there's really nothing to talk about. I'm going to try and not be too quiet. The game has been a tad bit disappointing, but it's not as disappointing as I thought. As I'm saying or panning it out to be. I just thought there was going to be a goal or two, but I guess I did underestimate how good both teams are defensively. I think Como are very good defensively. We've watched them. I think Napoli are also solid defensively. Seen that as well. But they are taking their time. Di Lorenzo. Lovely flick from Luca. Can't get there. Corner for Napoli here. It's interesting to see. Napoli, I think Como will be very good this season. Good header from Napoli player, but straight out the goalkeeper. Ball over the top. Diao, he's running for it. He's not going to get there. Ambitious ball over the top. Very ambitious. 2 more minutes to go. 2 more minutes to go. The stats are in favor of Como, but the scoreboard to be honest, I think the scoreboard is doing the game a little bit of justice because I think both teams have been decent. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy going on. Napoli passing the ball around. Let's see how many minutes of added time they're going to have here. Luca tries to hold on to the ball. He can't. It's a clearance from the Como defender. Good header down. Tried to flick it, but Luca was not there for Napoli. Anguissa, good interception. I thought I was going to keep the ball. Anguissa. McTominay. He is a brute. He's a brute player, McTominay. 4 minutes of added time, not a lot. I thought it was going to get at least 6. Can any of these teams get something? It would be unfair on both of them, because I think both teams have defended brilliantly. I do. And we haven't also seen a red card in the game because despite the amount of yellow cards we saw in the game, no red cards, and I think that's not a bad thing. Napoli, not a foul on a Napoli player. Napoli still on it. 3 minutes of added time to go. Lovely ball over the top from Napoli. Can't get there. Como, we're going to try and do something here. Nico pass. Can he cook something spectacular? He can't. Gets a throw in. Going for Como here. With 3 minutes to go, can they do something? I say no, but let's see. Nico pass. Lovely control, Nico pass. Lovely control. Oh, brilliant player, Nico pass. I tell you what, Nico pass, once he moves to a bigger team, he's going to be up there. Controlled the ball so well and did very well to keep onto the ball. Dribbles a player with the ball basically bouncing. I don't know how he does that. But the ball is bouncing around and he basically takes on like two players. Goes past them. Zambo and Gisa. 2 minutes of added time to go. No goals, nothing. Ball over the top. Interception. So throw in for Como. Might be a goalless draw here. Which is a tad bit disappointing because I came into this game thinking both teams were going to be able to do something, seeing as Napoli and Como are on form. They've been scoring goals for fun, and yeah, to get a goalless draw in this game, kind of disappointed. But I think it's a fair reflection of the game. I think both teams have been very solid defensively. Como more than Napoli. Oh, but here is good defending. It was a touch. If Luca had touched that ball, he probably would have been in a good position to slip McTominay in. Ball into the box. Zambo and Gisa, he goes down. Referee's having none of that. Good clearance from Como. Hectic closing stages of the game. We literally have minutes to go. Como player is down here. Is it an attempt to waste time? You never know. You never truly know. Time is still going. We've got seconds to go. Unless we get something truly spectacular from Napoli, this is going to be a goalless draw. Good draw, I think. I think this is a draw where both teams are going to be happy with the results. I really do think so. And that is the game. 0-0 between Napoli and Como. To be honest, I'll say it's an okay result. I don't think it was too crazy. I don't think it was, I don't think Napoli defended. I don't think Como defended. I think it was two teams that, handled their attacking play very well. Como did very well. They were leading on the stats and everything. And I've been impressed with Como this season. Also been impressed with Napoli, but you would think, maybe they should do better. But again, I think Como are no slouches. They're definitely, sorry about that, they're definitely not going to, come into this game and play like they are the underdogs, which they were coming into this game. And I think they've got some really quality players on their hand, Como. And yeah, really looking forward to see more games on them. Tomorrow, we will be here for the AC Milan versus Roma game, I believe. Yes, it is AC Milan versus Roma. I will be here for that game because I think that could be an interesting game to see. I think AC Milan and Roma are two teams where I think they are, underachieving. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. I do appreciate all the support. And subscribe if you are new to the channel and you do want to catch tomorrow's watch along and future watch alongs and future content. I do actually want to apologize. I have made a post on this on the channel, a community post. But I do want to apologize for not having a wants to watch episode. I've been very, very occupied with work stuff, real life work stuff. So I haven't been able to get that time to do the research and, do the episodes. And I don't want to half-ass an episode and all of that because I think some of you guys really do enjoy it. But yeah, I just wanted to get that out of the way. My apologies. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Stay safe out there.